All right, I'm all packed up. Gear's loaded in the car. Got about an hour and 15-minute ride to Pat's house. Got to stop and get some gas. Let's get a move on. All right, an hour and 15-minute ride down to Concord. Got Pat in the car.
I'm here, baby.
Hadn't seen Pat in 2 months because we hadn't been on the trail since August. Ready to hike on?
I'm ready to hike on. Last one of the year.
Yep, we got a 3.5 hour drive up to Roanoke. Let's hit the road.
Drive on.
Good morning from the Old Man Hiking Club. This is Monday, October 21st. And this is Pat.
Yep. Al.
And we are not where we're supposed to be.
Nope, not this time we're not.
We were supposed to be on the Foothills Trail 2 days ago on Saturday, but unfortunately due to Hurricane Helene, the Foothills Trail is closed. So in a scramble, we came up here to Virginia. And,
to the Triple Crown?
To do the Triple Crown. So instead of a 77-mile through hike of the foothills, we're going to do a 55-mile. We're starting at Virginia 42, and we're going to finish in Daleville. And we drove up, stayed at Four Pines Hostel last night.
Donna was a very gracious host.
Nice hostel.
Yep.
Our hostel host, Thornberry, cooked us breakfast this morning, so that was pancakes and bacon. So after about a 45-minute ride, we are here at Virginia 42. We got a 4-day hike plan starting on Monday and finishing on Thursday. It's been a while since we've been out.
Yep.
We missed our September hike because of the hurricane. That was the weekend we were supposed to go and do Grayson Highlands to Damascus, and we're thankful we didn't go.
Well, we were supposed to originally
do Winding Stair Gap to the NOC, but the ATC put out a bulletin saying that there was no water on the trail and advised people not to go there. So we switched it to Grayson Highlands to Damascus, and then that got canceled because of the hurricane. So we're going to go ahead and get started. It's a little chilly this morning.
Yeah, got frost on the ground.
Yeah. I'm shaking.
It's because he's wearing shorts.
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts. But let's get our move on and hike on.
Hike on.
So we are on the AT. This is our first white blaze, and we are going north. Another couple weeks and we would have hit peak season for the color of the leaves, but we're starting to get some colors here. One of the first things we're going to see on the trail that I didn't expect is the Kefra oak, which is the largest oak and possibly the oldest oak on the AT. That should be coming up shortly.
The Kefra oak. Biggest oak tree on the AT.
Look at the size of that thing. So Pat's standing down there at the base of the tree to give you a reference of how big that base is. So here's the Kefra oak from a little bit of a distance, get the whole thing in there. And we have the moon off in the horizon. And this is our trail, right through a field. So because we started in the gap, that always means you're going uphill. And so we start the hike going uphill. Well, I don't know, 13, 14, 1,500 foot ascent. And this is the tallest peak of the hike. And we are still climbing. This is Bruiser's Knob Cairn. The cairn is just where people take rocks and just pile them on top of one another. Pat, you gonna donate?
Let's see what we can do.
Very good.
Go up a little further. Stopping here for lunch. Got a great view here.
Just finished lunch. I thought that the place we were at was called The Ledges, but it is not. The Ledges is 0.4 miles ahead. But this is now our trail. And that's not quite a 45-degree angle, but it's going to be fun. A little unnerving?
A little bit, yeah. I'm glad it's not raining.
Got us a little rock scramble down off the ledges.
You see, it's straight down there, or straight down there. So we're right on the edge of the ridge.
Oh, we have finished running that ridge. It's about a 4-mile ridge walk, which was absolutely beautiful. And we are now starting a 1,500-foot descent. So we got a 4.2 mile hike down to our proposed campsite. So it's 3 o'clock now. The goal is to get there by 5. That'll give us 2 hours to camp set up and eat, hang the bear bags, get some water, and it'll be dark. I think sunset's like at 6:54 or something like that. So we'll be in our tents by 7:30.
Yeah. We're done with the ridge. Now, finally, all downhill to the campsite. Yes.
We are working our way down this mountain. It was about a 1,700 foot descent, about a 4-mile descent. So we've kind of reached the bottom according to my map. We got less than 2 miles to get to camp. The hope is to get there by 5. I don't know that we're gonna make 5, but one of the things I didn't take into account for is we're on the east side of the mountain, so when that sun goes down, even though it's technically not sunset, but when it goes down over the side of the mountain, it's going to get dark on the east side pretty quick. So we're kind of stepped it up a little bit, trying to get to camp before it gets completely black, and we should make it. I think we got a little over a mile to go, or a mile and a half to go, so I think it's about 4:30. We'll get there shortly. You dragging just a little bit?
I'm dragging.
Running out of gas?
Running out of gas.
Uh-oh. All right, we had to take our shoes off to cross that creek. There used to be a bridge, but the bridge was taken down for some reason. So we wanted to keep dry feet, so we took our shoes off to cross. So that took a little time to dry the feet and put the shoes and socks back on. And then we had to stop and refill water. So we are carrying full packs of water and then carrying another 64 ounces of water into camp to make sure we got water for the morning. We are 0.7 from camp. It's 5:30. We should be there by 6.
Al left his poles back by the creek, so he had to run back and grab them. And he's just catching up.
All right, it's about 6:40. We got sunset in less than 10 minutes. We got Pat set up here. Got ourselves a great campsite. The AT actually goes up the side of this little mountain here, or this little hill here. And we're camped at the base of this little hill. So, getting our water going, do some cooking so we can get some eating done. We'll be eating in the dark. Hammock is set up. Let's get some food. I'm hungry.
What do you got over there, Al?
I got me Mountain House spaghetti with a chocolate Twinkie and a Larry and Lenny's 16-gram protein chocolate chip cookie.
All right.
What you got?
Today I've got the chicken fajita bowl. There we go. And I got for dessert a little cherry fruit pie from Little Debbie. I got the Little Debbie's. Yep. As you can see, we're
in the dark. Nice and quiet.
Yes, it is.
We hadn't run into anybody on the trail today, so we've had the entire trail to ourselves.
Other than when we saw Walt.
Good morning from a chilly Old Man Hiking Club. It got a little cold last night.
Yes, it did.
We had a visitor in camp.
Yes, we did. Don't know what it was, but he was circling my tent for part of the night.
I mean, it came, whatever it was, came into camp about 9 o'clock and then came back about 11 o'clock. Just heard the footsteps through the campsite, but we have no clue what it was. Couldn't see it. But it is Tuesday, October 21st, and we've got a 13.8 mile day to get to camp. About 3 miles, our point of interest is going to be the Audie Murphy Memorial, and we'll talk about that when we get there. And at the end of the day is Dragon's Tooth, which is the first point of interest of the Triple Crown, the Virginia Triple Crown. So how'd you sleep last night?
Not too bad, except for that guy walking around, whatever he was. I mean, the problem was I heard coyotes howling earlier, so it's like, well, what could it be?
Yeah. So I didn't sleep worth a darn either. It just gets unnerving when you hear footsteps coming through camp and you don't know what it is. I put the earplugs in to try to drown it out, and it didn't help. So we're going to get our move on because we're cold.
Yeah.
And my nose is running.
And we got a long day and want to see some sights, so.
Let's move on.
Hike on.
So we're starting out the day with a 3 mile, almost 1,800 foot ascent, I think. But that'll get us up to the Audie Murphy Memorial. But it's better to start the day with an incline than end the day with an incline. So this gives our bodies an opportunity to warm up, because my fingers are absolutely numb right now and I can't even feel them. So I figure 2-3 miles from now they should come back to life. So hiking on to warm up. 1.5 miles later, and about 900 feet of elevation, I am happy to report I can feel my fingertips again. So I'm gonna have to stop up here shortly and start shedding some layers, because I'm actually starting to sweat and I don't want to sweat. So, but all's good. We're all warm again.
This climb up to the Audie Murphy Memorial, it's all uphill. Couple 2-3 miles, but it's not a gradual uphill. It's a pretty good angled uphill. Al's gone off, hike your own hike. So I'll be taking my time to get up there. He'll probably be ready to keep moving on by the time I get there. Hike on.
Not near the top of the mountain yet, but this is my first glimpse of sun. We're kind of running a ridge. It's very cruisy. You're almost walking on grass and leaves. It's beautiful. We've reached the turnoff for the Audie Murphy Monument. So we're going to have to go uphill here to get to the monument. Let's go check it out. This is the Audie Leon Murphy Memorial. This is decorated with all sorts of memorabilia. So this is what the memorial says. It says Audie Leon Murphy, June 20, 1924, died May 28, 1971. Born in Kingston, Texas, died near this site in an airplane crash. America's most decorated veteran of World War II. He served in the European Theater 15th Infantry Regiment 3rd Infantry Division and earned 24 decorations, including the Medal of Honor and Merit of Distinguished Service Cross and 3 Purple Hearts. So he survived World War II, but ended up dying in a plane crash. How tragic. We have our first real view of the day. This is a lookout near the Audie Murphy Memorial. All right, little break at the Audie Murphy Memorial, and we are back on trail. We are now doing a 3.6 mile descent of 1,500 feet. And we come to a parking lot, and then we go back up 1,500 feet. We're running a ridge right now on a slow descent, but we're hiking on what I like to call a knife's edge. You look to your left, and that is a 45-degree or more down angle on that side. And you look to your right, and there's a 45-degree angle down on that side. So we are literally walking on the edge of a knife. That's about 4 feet wide, 5 feet wide. And that was a nice 3-mile downhill. We have hit kind of a gap, or in North Carolina they call them gaps. I don't know what they call them in Virginia, but this is Virginia 620. It's a dirt road. And we're going to cross this bridge. We're going to filter a little water, and then we have 1,500 feet up. We have 5.6 to hit the next point of interest, and the first point in the Virginia Triple Crown, which is Dragon's Tooth. 5.6 miles and 1,500 feet of elevation gain. Let's go. Found a doe grazing in the woods here. So another near perfect day of hiking. Look at this sky. So we're at a little lookout that we stopped for lunch called Ledges, and it's got a decent lookout. Colors are starting to pop. The closer we get to Dragon's Tooth, the more the landscape changes. Suddenly got really rocky.
This is the trail. It's no longer a regular trail, it's rock scrambling. This is going to be
3 points of contact.
Yeah, 3 points of contact. As long as it's not my face.
Alright, we are half a mile away from Dragon's Tooth. And this has to be one of the hardest 1,500 foot ascents I've ever done. It has taken us almost 3 hours. We're barely a mile an hour. So we're going slow. Kind of get the end of the day, we're running out of gas too. So we're supposed to hit a view here in a second called Ledges, and then point 2 after that is Dragon's Tooth. After Dragon's Tooth, it's like 1 mile, 1.2 miles down to campsite. All right, Pat, what do you think of Ledges? Was it worth the pain to get here?
Yeah, Ledges was good. You got a nice view.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not standing out there though.
Oh, come on.
No, don't have to.
Just a little bit of a drop off.
Yeah, just a little. Don't even go, don't even bother.
We're looking down. Woo! The camera never shows the elevation gain. But if you look off in the distance, you can see a white blaze up there on a tree. We have worked for 4 hours to get to this point. We got 0.1 miles of Dragon's Tooth. So this is Dragon's Tooth. They say that you can climb up this. I'm going to give it a shot.
Getting here, Dragon's Tooth, and my idiot friend Al here is climbing up Dragon's Tooth. We do have the insurance.
SAR insurance?
Yes, we do have certain insurance.
Over there, the other side, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful up here. This is the view from the top of Dragon's Tooth. I only climbed about halfway up. Campsite is about a mile down the trail from here, but we've been told it's a slow go, very rocky. We actually have rebar to go down. So if you didn't know it, Pat doesn't like heights.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
This is what we came down. The next mile of trail is rocky and steep in sections. All right, so we made it into camp a little bit later than we preferred, but we were hanging out with some good hiking buddies. We got Jeff, am I right?
Yep.
And then we got Ken in the middle and Helene, and you're all one big family. We got a brother and sister here,
Yep.
and then a nephew over here.
Yep.
It was nice to hang out with you guys tonight, eat some dinner, and talk some hike.
Nice.
So Pat, what do you got for dinner?
Pasta primavera.
Pasta primavera, and I got chicken and rice. Let's eat. Good morning from the Old Man Hiking Club. This is Wednesday, October 23rd. And we made it to camp last night. We got there kind of late. Dragon's Tooth was really kicked our butts. And so we
I
just...
got 2 words for Dragon Tooth, and they ain't God bless, okay?
It was hard. It was hard. Got to camp late, ate dinner with some fine folks at the camp, and then we went straight to bed. I think we were in tents by, what, 7:30?
7:30.
Yeah. So how'd you rest?
Rest was good.
Did you recover?
No.
No. Pat's got 2 blisters.
I got 2 blisters. I never had blisters before. My hips are sore because the pack's pretty heavy, so.
It's been a hard hike so far, no doubt. But today the point of interest is McAfee Knob. The second point in the Triple Crown. We got the day, I think, is 14.5 miles. We're going to do 1.5 miles to get back to the hostel. We're going to resupply our food there, eat breakfast there, and then continue on the trail. So we got an early start today. We're actually on trail by 7:15, so that's good. Ready to hike on?
Hike on. Doing all these rocks. It's like this whole Dragon's Tooth area. You're just climbing over rocks. And I prefer the walk in the woods, to be truthfully honest with you. But this, no thanks. Not the rocks, at least. The views and everything else are unbelievable, but the rocks, not so much.
Made it to a little rock outcrop. Caught a sunrise. We're literally hiking on the edge of a cliff. You got the rocks to the right. And a big drop off to the left. All right, so we've made it to the road. We're going to turn right here and go back to the hostel and resupply. We have a 0.3 hike to the hostel, and this is a hostel blaze for 4 pines. Got our food resupply, had a quick breakfast, headed back to the trail. The big program feature for today is McAfee Knob, but I don't think we're going to get there till around 4 p.m. We've got 13 more miles to go. I think it's 10 or 12 miles to get to McAfee. So another gorgeous day. Absolutely beautiful. Let's hike on. And whenever you come to a road, we came down to a road. You cross that road, there is always an up. So we're going to do another elevation gain. I just love walking through these meadows.
The hills are alive with the sound of music. I'm out of breath. Oh, this is a tough climb up. And it's still not even up to where Ellen is yet. in my hike. That was way out of me, I'm sure. This has been a hard hike for me. At 68, this hike is probably pushing me to the limit, but this is probably about as far as I can go. And that's the way it is. This has been a hard, it's very rocky trails, hard on the feet. And it's a funny thing is, when you're on the east side of the mountains here with the sun beating on you, I mean, it's only 65 degrees maybe, but it feels very, very warm. But boy, you get on the west side of the mountain with the sun being blocked by the mountain, when the temperature drops a good 15 degrees, feels like somebody just turned the AC on. It feels so good.
After that meadow walk, we had a nice incline of 800 or 900 feet. And so we're kind of on a ridge now. We've got a nice cruisy section of the trail, which is nice and relaxing. We're going to stop for lunch at a lookout, about 3/10 of a mile up the trail, and then we're heading up McAfee Knob. We're here at the McAfee Knob parking area. It's indicated by the red arrow, and then we're taking the red line, which is the AT, all the way up to McAfee Knob, and then past McAfee Knob to get to our campsite. Looks like it's about a 1,700 foot ascent with moderate to strenuous difficulty. Oh yeah! There's a little lookout on the way up to McAfee. Got 3.5 miles to go. All right, we just stopped at a shelter to get water. Water's been very scarce out here, so whenever you can find it, you got to stop and get it. So we drank a lot of water and then filtered and filled up every bottle we have. I don't know if you can see it there, but I'm also carrying more water so we can take some water into camp. There's no water in camp, so kind of bizarre. The hurricane hit and flooded everything. 3 weeks later, all the streams are dry. So we have 1.2 miles to the top of McAfee, and I think we're going to end up falling short of our goal for mileage. Kind of looks like the campsite I selected was in a no camping area, so we may have to switch that up. And there's a campsite called Pig Farm, kind of a weird name, but we may stop there, shorter of our goal of 14.5, but makes for a long day tomorrow. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Pat's not feeling well right now. He's got an upset stomach, and of course that could change everything tomorrow. We'll just have to see how he does. So let's get to McAfee. We must be getting close to the top, because we've now run into all these giant rock formations here. Just huge boulders. So this is a trail. Not really sure how much more we have to go, but we got to be getting close. This is the view from McAfee Knob. McAfee Knob is one of the most, if not the most, photographed landmark on the AT, and I can see why. You can see off in the distance that mountain that's right in front of you. There's like some rock formations on the edge that look like cliffs. We think that that is Tinker Cliffs, which is where we will be tomorrow. Coming off McAfee Knob, and we got these crazy rock structures again. Man, this is so cool. right, so we did cut our hike short. We just don't have enough time to get to our proposed campsite, and also it was an illegal campsite. So we're going to do the legal thing and camp here at Campbell Shelter. Pat is set up. He's going to stay
legal.
in... What's that?
It's legal.
Legal. Here it is, but not the other site. Pat's going to stay in the shelter.
Yep.
And I'm right back here in my hammock. We're going to get some dinner going, and it'll be dark before too long. Sunset is at 6:33, and it is 6:15. All right, so I got Mountain House lasagna and meat sauce.
All right. I've got the spaghetti with beef mariata.
Should be good. I'm hungry.
Yeah, same here.
Burned a lot of calories.
I'm just hoping that mine stays down today. Yes.
Me too. Good morning from the Old Man Hike Club. This is Thursday, October 24th, and wasn't that a beautiful sunrise we just showed you?
Great sunrise this morning.
Man,
A little chilly, but it was a great sunrise.
the weather this week has been spectacular.
Still not a cloud in the sky.
I've never hiked in better weather. This is by far the best weather hike I've ever had. There's two kinds of hiking, good hiking and great hiking. This was great hiking. So we stayed here at the Campbell Shelter last night, had a good dinner. Sleep, not so much. We had some guys come into camp and visit us last night. We sat around and talked to them for a while, and that was fun. And we are up and ready to go. We got 4.9 miles to Tinker's Cliff, and then we have a decision to make whether we drop out at Tinker's Cliff or we continue on. That we'll decide when we get there. But what does Pat think?
I'm thinking of dropping out. I had a bad day yesterday.
Pat had a bad day.
I had a bad day. Got dehydrated pretty good yesterday.
It's called butt pee.
Yeah.
It's not fun on the. It's not fun at home. It's not fun on the trail.
That and any kind of a burp was a dry heave coming back up, so it wasn't a good day.
And dehydration, not something to mess with.
Nope.
So we're going to hit the trail, hit Tinker Cliffs, and we should have some spectacular views from Tinker's Cliff. We've had many people tell us that those are the best views.
Well, we had some great ones yesterday. I mean, had to get a little nervous. Al dangling his feet off of McAfee's knob there, but it's great views from up the top there.
Got to try it.
Yep. Not me though.
Let's hike on.
Hike on.
At least 3. We have 1.3 miles to Tinker Cliffs. We have a 700-foot ascent in that 1.3 miles. No switchbacks going up Tinker. This is straight up. I think we have half a mile to get there. And at this pace, it could be another hour. Now this is cool. That whole rock is just teetering off that one above it. Amazing. This is the view from Tinker Cliffs. Another magnificent view. Another magnificent day. We think that this mountain right there was where McAfee Knob was at. And then we camped just below over there, and then we walked this ridge all the way up to Tinker. Now the cliffs seem to extend maybe like 1/8 of a mile or so, so we're going to keep walking, see if we can find some better views. There are these pockets of color. Right down here is the best. It's got golds and reds and oranges and greens. It's just beautiful. All right, we have come off Tinker Cliffs, and we are now at the intersection of the AT and the Andy Lane Trail. Andy Lane Trail is 3.1 miles this way. Pat's still not feeling well, so we think it's probably best that we get off trail before he completely dehydrates, collapses, and ends up in the hospital. We don't want that, do we?
No, we sure as hell don't know.
So in the interest of safety, we're going to go ahead and get off a little bit early.
Still been a good hike.
It's still been a great hike. We have hit everything we wanted to see, so we're missing nothing.
No.
We're just taking some precautions, and that's the best and smartest way to proceed. So we're going to do 3.1 miles. I've sent a text to our shuttle driver. She's going to come and pick us up, so we'll get there shortly. It's probably the most water we've seen all week. How do we start this thing? How do we end it? All right, so it's Thursday, October 24th, about 1 o'clock. Just got off trail.
Waiting for the shuttle driver.
Waiting for the shuttle. We're hoping like heck she got our message because she has not responded. So we're waiting for her, but we're going to go ahead and do our outro here. This is the end of the hike. I'm going to say we shortened the hike about 7 miles by getting out at this parking lot instead of finishing in Daleville. I'm just off the top of my head, I'm going to say this was a 45 mile hike. 4 days, 3 nights.
I thought you said originally it was supposed to be 55.
I think it was 52 to 53, somewhere around there. So -7 off of that. But this hike has moved up. Yeah. This hike has moved up to number 2 on my all-time hikes. Man, we saw the Carrefour Oak, we saw the Audileo Memorial, we went to Dragon's Tooth, we went to McAfee Knob, we did Tinker Cliffs. I mean, we hit the Triple Crown and got a few extras in there. We had the most perfect
weather
ever.
Still not a cloud in the sky. Haven't seen a cloud in 4 days.
Yeah. I've not had... The only reason, my number 1 hike is when Carl and I went to Maine, and that was because it was Maine and Katahdin. That's my number 1 hike, but this falls in at number 2 as far as the beauty of the trail. It was... Shout out to the Roanoke ATC crew for clearing the trail after the hurricane.
Yeah, they had a lot of, they cut through a lot of blowdowns, so we didn't have to worry about it.
Trail was clear. I mean, we stepped over 1 tree. Other than that, the trail was clear. So that was awesome. Great trail, great campsites that we had.
Still got a lot of color. We probably missed it by about a week and a half, but we still got a lot of color.
So this was a 10 out of 10. I can't get mad at you and it getting much better.
Well, it would have been if I hadn't gotten dehydrated.
I pointed out to Pat that he was dehydrated 2 days ago. But Pat's not a good patient and doesn't listen very well. So Pat's learned a lesson, a valuable lesson.
Yes.
So this pretty much ends the season. 2024 is over. I cannot believe it. We won't be back on the trail till February. We'll do like a winter meetup in January, and then we'll hit the trail in February and start a new season in 2025.
Yep.
So I hate to end. I'd like to keep hiking. But we will see you in February. See ya. We do have to try to find some Mexican on the way home.
Yes, we do.
If we can get a ride back to the hostel. So,
how far of a walk is it from here?
10 miles.
No.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
See ya.
We are in Roanoke at Pueblo Chico eating our final Mexican meal for the hiking year. So Pat, what do you got?
I got the chimichangas.
I got the chicken fajita. Chicken fajita on a bed of... Oh, that's all chicken fajita, and I got rice, I got beans, I got guac and tomatoes, and I got more than I'm going to be able to eat.
Thank you very much.
Let's get eating.
Yep.
Hiker hunger has kicked in. All right, this is our food review. Pat, what'd you think of your...
Well, out of 5, I would give it a 4.5. I would have probably given it a 5, but I asked for beef, not chicken, and he gave me the chicken. But it was still really good. So.
Good. So my chicken fajita was excellent. Rice was excellent. But kind of in a weird way, the star of the show was this sauce. It was a dipping sauce for our chips. And it's a
very sweet
flavored sauce. It's not cheese. And it kind of, the coolness of that and then the warmth of the red sauce really played off of one another. So I'm giving my whole meal a 4.5 as well. So that will end our season. It's been a good season.
Yes, it has.
Had a lot of fun.
Yep.
And ended on a high note. And we'll get back to it in 2025. See ya.
See ya.